What about you, E?
Mine is gonna probably be them overreacting over the Bengals. I mean, we have to remember that they started 0-2 last year. So, hey, it might be a little different because we're hearing that Jerry Burrow kind of re-aggravated that calf injury from training camp. So again, I don't see them staying down for long. So I think that we need to just kind of step it on back. Yes, the man just got paid, but we need to kind of step it on back a little bit. They still can be the team to beat up there. I don't like the look on your face.
I mean, I'm listening, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening. I ain't, go ahead. You got it.
Oh,
I mean,
see, we got.
like, did he actually re-aggravate it, or did he even properly heal from it?
I don't think it was properly healed from.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
Calf
can't.
muscles, yeah, calf muscles are very tricky. From a person that
Yeah.
ran track, they're very tricky to kind of heal because you really just have to rest and kind of massage it a little bit. But if you're not resting and massaging, you can easily. I don't know how many I don't know so many people who went over there and had strained calf muscles for almost the entire season and trying to
Yeah.
run on those. That's not helpful.
Yeah. Calf muscles aren't something that you could work through. It requires rest. And he's
Yeah.
already not an athletic, athlete. So I don't know, man. Uh, they already down one in the division. Or is it two?
I think it's just one. Who did they play last week? Who did they play?
I don't know, man, but they gotta they can't. I think the Ravens 2-0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh, we ain't gonna talk about them too much.
Hmm.
But
They
they won
played.
them.
They
But
played the Ravens.
well,
So yeah,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
down. Yeah,
yeah,
they're down in the
yeah.
division.
First game of the year. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I don't know. Like I think they brought him back too fast. But we'll see. Just like Sert said, like he's not athletic. So if that calf is not all the way healed, he's gonna go. Like he already take hits. Like he's already one of the
Yeah.
most quarterbacks since he's been in the league, and
Yeah.
you want him out there as close to 100% as possible. So I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? Maybe they would think about maybe we should have sat him out the first
Well, I
couple.
mean, especially when you don't have a good, strong offensive line, which that's been their problem. Yes.
I mean, they paid for a strong offensive line, right?
I mean,
Did
hey,
they?
exactly.
Did
So,
they?
but I still think it's just, hey, calm down. We're only going into week 3. They started 0-2 last year. Just give them some time. But we'll see how that injury. Just got to keep a close eye on that injury.
All right, let's have this cultural conversation, right?
Ooh.
Justin Fields. It's time to have that conversation, man. Like, where you at with him, E?
I mean, my Falcon fans were sitting over here calling for him to come because he was a generational talent. Now, as a person who kind of seen him a little bit, I didn't think that he was all that special, to be perfectly honest with you. But I don't think he fell in the right situation with Chicago. I feel like that if anything, sir, I'm gonna say that I even though y'all took Trey Lance, I kind of wish I would have took Justin Fields because I think that would have kind of just been a little bit more
Oh,
better
me too.
for him. Because at the end of the day, even with you guys trading away Trey Lance, I just feel that the situation in Chicago was not that situation. And then you fire the head coach that drafted him. Now you bring in this new I think they got a new GM, but you bring in this new head coach, this new GM who still haven't gave this man an offensive line, gave him a weapon, and still is not using him. I mean, like y'all could have just left him down there in Carolina if that was the case. They need all the help they can get. So, they hugged it out today. But I think the thing about it is it's both on coaching, but it's also on Justin Fields, baby. You got to speak up. If you know something is not working, something is not right, you're not seeing any progression, speak up. You got to. You have to. You're the leader of that team. You can't just sit there and be like, well, coach said this. Nah, baby. Coach may have said that, but if it's something that's not feeling right, not correct, that you're not seeing no progression, speak up. So it's
Yeah,
right now they're clashing with each other, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade him away for another one and try to go up and get another pick. I'm just saying they could have got a quarterback this year and just trade him away last year, but hey, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, because now you got to think about this 5th year option, right? That you're
Mm-hmm.
putting on the
Yeah.
other team, only giving them a season, basically all season to decide if they're going to trade for him and give him the 5th year option. Where, like, as a quarterback, he's not playing well, right? Like,
Yep, at
he's
all.
not throwing the ball well. He's not, putting the ball. Even when he does get the progressions right, he's still not making the throws
The
as he
accurate
should
throw.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where you at with it, sir?
I agree with everything, man. Especially with Chicago was just a bad organization.
Yeah, man.
Um, uh,
Jesus Christ.
Now at the end of the day, is up to Justin to
I
be a
mean,
better
saying
quarterback.
like we don't know about poverty franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't no poverty franchise. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying? We
bro,
we don't have them problems, man.
I've had quite a few 6 and 10s and a few 4 and 12. So I trust me, I get it. But it looked like he's regressed, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I watched both games, but I've you know scanned it a few times, and it's a mess over there, man.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, like even I saw a few times when they was playing Green Bay, it was like third and short, and all the routes were
yeah.
going 10, 15 yards
10,
down the
15
field.
out. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't
yeah,
understand that. And then he made the statement where it's like, sometime I think he kind of, when he was like, I'm getting too much information. You know what I'm saying? So I took that as them
College though.
overcomplicating things for him.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
goes
saying?
back to college. Ryan his what was it? I'm going to call him Ryan McDay. I don't like that Ohio State coach. We was gonna call him Ohio State coach, but he had to change the offense for him to fit him, and Georgia wasn't going to do that. And that's why a lot of people say, well, oh, Georgia missed out on him. No, we did not miss out on him. Justin Fields really couldn't read defenses. And then you see that Ohio State had to redo their whole entire offense to solely fit him. That should have been a red flag right there.
mm-hmm. And there go C. Henry all the way from
Yeah.
the islands. What's good, man? Let me see what he talking.
Uh,
Justin need to tighten up. They need to do
Congratulations,
something.
Playboy.
Yeah, for sure. So something he's comfortable with. Yeah, man. Look, they got to figure something out. Justin has to figure it out. But at some point, they're gonna have to make a decision, man. And like he was saying, they should have made that decision this past off season.
Yeah, I had the
But
number
now,
one.
Hey,
yeah,
let
yeah,
me ask you something, bro. If your squad don't pull that trigger, how you feel about EB going to Chicago?
man. Look, like my thing with EB is when we fired Scott Turner, like I from the jump, I had no number two, right? It was always EB. It made too much sense to me for it not to be EB. I only want him here 1 year as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
That's just what it is. I only want him here 1 year as an offensive coordinator. Um, if there's some type of like, if we are successful and it's some type of Josh Harris agreement, which he signed, say, hey, look, you and Ron figure it out. Y'all want to run this back 1 more year. If we get close, we look good. We just got to add pieces. Sam can be the guy. You want to make an agreement. Ron is going to, go upstairs or retire away, but you're going to be the head coach in 25. If that's the only other way that I want him here next year as an offensive
yeah.
coordinator. Outside of that, I might need to be a head coach, man. I'm not going to be
I
selfish. I
feel
might
you.
need to
I
be a
only
head coach.
said that because Chicago's general
They need
manager
somebody
came
like him.
from Kansas City,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they got a somewhat of a relationship. So
Yeah.
you know,
yeah. We'll see, man. All right, undefeated teams. Uh, let me pull it up, and y'all know
oh
some of them.
brother,
You can start with us, and then the Falcons, and then we'll get to the rest. So, Washington Commanders. Is it is it true or is it false? Like, are they
Let me say
really
first of all,
good?
y'all gave me too many close games with y'all. Y'all iffy right now. Y'all in that gray box. Y'all in that gray
Oh,
area because you let the
who did
Cardinals
it?
jump out on y'all, and I almost sit over here and jump through the phone on that one. And then the Broncos with Russell Wilson with Let's Ride. Come on now.
Mm, mm.
Come on now.
Yeah, yeah,
So y'all in
yeah.
that gray
That's
area.
true. Like, I get it. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But one thing I would say is like we still have like a young quarterback. We still have a new OC. Like you can believe what you want. He called plays. He didn't. However you want to take it. But now he literally has full control. Not making no excuse because we supposed to punish those people, But we fumble in the red zone. We're in their territory, 45 and in. We drop back to back third downs, which had running room. We dropped 3 interceptions, all types of stuff. Right. This Denver game, we gave up 2 big plays. 2 big plays. Outside of that, Russell would have only had like just over 100 some yards passing. In the second half, he was pretty much nothing, right? So, and let me tell you, before we go to the Falcons, they hate Russell Wilson. They hate Russell Wilson,
Why?
bro. The first drive when they came out in the second half, I think was that the Deron Payne series? I think so. Deron got a sack, tackle for loss, batted ball, turnover on downs. Deron Payne's playing lights out. They boo. They've been dominating the whole game, and they get a 3-and-out, and they booing in the stadium, and they just fans around were just going off on Russell Wilson, and like that's why like I keep telling y'all like they going 3-14. I don't care what nobody say. When they are winning, their sidelines and like delay of games, all that looks flustered. Like that team, it's like I don't know if it's Russell Wilson versus Sean Payton. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
there's no way I see him there next year. No way I see him there. Like they gonna like ever since the Falcons gave up all that cap hit for Ryan, like teams don't care about it no more. Like they don't care about that cap hit no more. Whatever his cap hit gonna be, they're gonna take it in the mouth for a year and then they're gonna start building. But it's no way that I see him there next year. No way. No way. All right, Falcons. Are they real, sir?
Ooh, right. Say something. Say something. I want you to say something smart. Say something.
They're resilient.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
like it.
I
I
like
mean,
the
they
positivity.
well coached, bro. They got a solid defense. They got a good run game. Two things that a young quarterback needs. The division is within reach. Why not?
See, I love it. I love
Oh,
it.
yeah, I say
No,
she
but
said division champs, baby. That's what she
look, I
said.
got. I'll be honest with you. It's gonna come down between us and the Saints. One thing I would say is this. Um, just like with Sam Howell, Desmond Ritter's still learning. Yes, he's played a little bit longer, but he's still learning. He's still trying to get the hang of the offense. He's still trying to get the hang and find out and go through the progression, go through the reads. My offensive line, I need them to come through. I just paid 2 people on that right side, and that right side has been giving me hell since the beginning of the season. So we're going to have to talk about that one. I'm not going to say that Desmond Ritter does not know how to use a Kyle Pitt or a Drake London. I'm looking back at my offensive line right now, not giving him enough time to throw the ball. So again, yes, we are a running team. We are going to use Bijan. Bijan is him. That is it. That is all. But at the end of the day, I do want them to use our weapons a little bit more because we do have a pick your poison type offense that what you want to defend. You want to take Bijan out, you still got Tyler. If CP can get back heavy, you still got Cordell Patterson. We got Jonnu Smith. We still got Kyle Pitts. So again, we even got Mike Hollins is even coming in there making some plays every now and again. So I see this is a very high functional offense. I just need my offensive line to be high function with everybody else.
All right, let's just. I'm just going to give you the team, and you just tell me yes or no, and then we're going to get to this preview. The Buccaneers. Do y'all believe in Baker Mayfield?
No.
I gotta see more.
Yeah.
No.
The Saints.
I believe him.
Ooh, I'll go clip this. Let me see.
Yeah.
1935.
I like the Saints, man. I like the Saints.
If Derek Carr can keep the turnovers down, then yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Thigh injury. He got a deep thigh bruise.
Deep thigh bruise.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what's the difference between a regular thigh bruise? Okay. We know Eagles, Cowboys, Dolphins, Ravens.
You just gonna skip over the Eagles?
Yeah.
What you? Well, no, because I already know. Like, I'm trying to get to this game tonight. You
Okay,
told
okay,
it
my
7
bad, my
shot,
bad, my
and I
bad.
know your hate for the Eagles, so that's gonna take 5 minutes. So I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to get
Eagles got to get it together. I think they still need to work out some
Hey
iron out
Kim.
something with their new offensive coordinator.
I mean, I just feel like they look a little shaky on both sides of the ball. You know, secondary a little shaky. Jalen Hurts a little shaky. You know, we'll see.
He's not. Yeah, he's definitely not looking like Pro Bowl Jalen Hurts.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Super Bowl Jalen Hurts. All right, my most hated team on social media. I need y'all to put 80 on these people tonight. I need y'all, please. Like, I need y'all to put 80 on these people tonight. Let's look at this game. Let's get some, some key matchups real quick. Some keys to win the game, sir.
They're missing people, so there ain't no key matchups. They
Well,
are missing people.
a
Even like
lot.
Andrew Thomas,
They missing a lot of people.
they missing
Yep,
a lot of people.
Saquon. Yep, they missing a lot of people,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But
Uh-uh.
Yep,
last I checked, left tackle, left guard, and center.
yep, yep. All
So,
stars
um,
Saquon. It's
but
already
Thursday
40%.
games is real tricky, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a short turnaround. I don't think I've ever seen a good performance on Thursday night. You know, like it's like both teams, in my opinion, usually look a little sloppy, and the one that looked the sloppiest usually loses. You know, so Brandon's out, but on paper, man, we should steamroll these boys, but it's Thursday night, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll see.
Yeah.
What
I
you
mean,
think,
I
E?
agree. No, I agree. I mean, they're missing a lot of
37-12.
people. You said
37-12?
you letting them
I take
score?
it.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do
Anyway,
that.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, they're missing a lot of key pieces. Again, they just paid, Daniel Jones. I don't think this is again, everybody was already questioning them last year. I think this is one of those questions this year. Are they back, to the Giants that we know them as before? And I agree with Kim. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they're gonna score. I mean, y'all have a very stout defense. They're missing people on that offensive line. They're missing his safety blanket and Saquon Barkley. Like
Yeah,
if y'all
I agree.
got that store, I'm gonna look at you sideways. I know Ayuk is out tonight, but I'm still gonna look at you
We got
sideways.
we gotta shut them out.
Yeah,
Duh.
I need you to.
Yeah,
Look, I need
that's a
I
lot
need
of
to have some
pressure,
fun
dog.
tonight. Like I need to be able to sit back in my recliner with my
And turn it
tea
off
and
by
listen to the
halftime.
Giant space. And
Bro,
listen to the Giant space. I
I
need them
trust
flustered.
me, dog. I feel you. On paper, they don't compete nowhere
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
You know, like
That
I've
second
been
half
in.
last week was a fluke. It was a
Yeah,
fluke.
I was in a Giants space, and it was like watching WWE, dog. Like they couldn't quote no numbers, no stats, no nothing. It was, we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna run on you and shut down your run, and Daniel Jones is gonna throw over the top. And I kept saying, how? Uh,
Who
we're
are their
gonna
wide
go in there, we're gonna
receivers?
run on you, and Daniel Jones is gonna throw over the top. And I'm like, how is he gonna do this? How? Like, tell me how.
Yeah. Who
But
are their wide receivers?
I
They
don't know.
got they got Hyatt, which he's
Okay.
inconsistent for real. They have
Well, Jalen Hyatt is not.
Waller. They got
Yeah.
Waller.
Yeah.
And he's
Jalen
already
Hyatt.
nursing a hamstring.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt wasn't like that in college anyway. He
Mm-mm,
was just that deep ball threat. So he's not a true route runner, in my honest
mm-mm.
opinion. So yeah, yeah, you can go over the top all day long. You better hope it's 40 bombs.
Yeah,
Kumunga
it
playing. That's how you pronounce his name. Kumunga. How you pronounce his name?
a fungus.
Funga. I said Kumunga.
Yeah, yeah, he's straight.
I'm terrible with names
The
anyway.
only injury we
I
got
I
is
butcher names anyway. But like if you can take Waller out and he's nursing a hamstring already, like
oh man,
already,
you know Fred
right?
Warner already know how to handle
So
that.
yeah. So you take that away, like I don't see it, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
don't
y'all
need
can
it.
just like,
I just don't see
get
it.
them out of here by halftime so I can go watch the first 48. They got a new episode coming on tonight. And I gotta catch up. Yes, I gotta catch
Is it
up.
in Atlanta? Is it in Atlanta? It's probably
What's
in
up with
Atlanta.
what's up with women in this murder, death, kill, man? Like what? Why y'all love First 38 and Unsolved Mysteries and all that wild stuff?
Like, hey, Unsolved Mysteries back in the day used to hit on Lifetime. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
But listen, man, I just don't see where the Giants compete or compare. The only advantage that they have is the short week. That's it.
Yeah.
But we, they on a short week, we on a short week.
Yeah, no true
So
advantage there.
Yeah. I mean, but again, like I said, y'all go in there, y'all gonna go in there and handle business. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard that too. Listen here, like, yeah, them New Yorkers. So yeah, can we get a 40 bomb?
They some wild boys. They some wild boys.
Trust
man.
me, I know, yeah. Like
I had
that's
no
the
idea.
only team that I do not want to show sportsmanlike to. Like, if we are up like a couple touchdowns, 3 minutes left, they punt, we get the ball, whatever, we get the ball on, lost it down. Like, I want to go down and try to score.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to run. I want to go down and try to score. That's how bad I want to beat them dudes.
See, I didn't feel no type of way until after that space on Monday.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, now it's personal for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now.
What did they say to you? What did they say to
I'm gonna
you?
see, like,
was
I'm in their
just,
space.
I mean, we've been in spaces together. You know how I talk. I want to show me stats. Talk about coverage. Personnel formations. Let's talk football. It was just my team is better than yours, or your team is trash. Like it was just
they cocky.
trash
And
talk.
It's two spaces. They like the Ravens. They have two different fan bases. They have two different spaces.
Please don't say the
you mean
R
like
word.
that too? Because we got black in my community too.
Please don't say the R word.
Yeah, see, he's stupid.
Please do not say the R word.
They have two. All right, man. Look, it is 7. Like, I don't want no problems. I don't want.
He can stay for 5 minutes.
I gotta go.
I don't want executives coming down with lawsuits that certified team. We ain't let them go by 7 o'clock, but certified, me and the team definitely appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, he could have stayed 5 minutes. He all right.
I say good luck and good health on Sunday, both of y'all.
Most definitely. Anything nice you want to say before certified leaves, E?
He need to take his hat off.
Yay! Hey man, I ain't messing with y'all, man. Y'all be good, man. I'll get up with y'all later, man.
All right, peace. On the other side of this, me and E gonna finish up with some football stuff and her Heisman watch right after this.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Jody from It's the Sports Tea and Kingdom Queens podcast. We're on both platforms. You will hear me talk about all 32 teams around the NFL. Now, if you're not already, please go like, follow, and subscribe, and you can hear all the content we're pushing out for this year. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, E, like, you gotta come in these spaces. Like, I'm gonna send you like tonight, right? So I'm going to send you the link, and it's crazy. Like, it's two different fan bases. They run their spaces at the same time. It's like one believes in Daniel Jones and one thinks he's trash. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy for sure. It's crazy.
Chad, I already been in the Panther space where they just downed the whole entire team. So
it's the Panthers. They got a community.
They got a community out there. You just gotta find it.
Yeah, you got to send me that next time. You want to send that to me because I haven't seen it for sure. But yeah, and I know we kind of talked about some of the 2-0s, and I tried to get to a certain before you had to leave. But what about the Cowboys? How big of a loss is the Trayvon Diggs?
I would say, okay, so I'm gonna put in a little bit of hot tea, not tea in this. So I feel like it's a little bit more so of hot tea. Now, I did go see kind of like, who their backup was. So I don't know how Dan Quinn is going to adjust and how much of an adjustment is that going to be when it comes down to it, because that is a big major key piece in their secondary. So yes, well, I say secondary will take a huge downward spiral. Yes, but I'm not gonna say it's a blown up type situation. Like I said, it really is gonna depend on how Dan Quinn can mask that area. How well are your backups to him, and how good is your rotation when it comes down to their corners? I mean, their front is good, their D line is good, so I feel like they're gonna be okay. But yeah, that is sizzling at this point. with him going down.
What about Chubb? I mean, of course, Wishcon came in, ran the ball pretty well, but again, no teams is really game planning for him. They brought back their darling and Kareem Hunt,
Yep.
so I'm quite sure like he'll get some carries. They'll probably split for a few weeks, but how big of a loss do you think Nick
Huge.
Chubb is?
That's a huge
And,
loss.
and that has implications on next year too,
Yeah,
depending on. I mean,
because
unless he has the Aaron Rodgers surgery where they say he's coming back in January, but I mean,
I mean, well, the thing, okay, so a little background history on Chubb. The knee, let me not say leg, but the knee that he blew out was the same knee that he blew
yeah,
out back in 2015.
yeah,
If people go, if you want to, if you're just one of those people that is not squeamish and want to go back and look at it, he's tore pretty much like the only thing he didn't tear was his ACL, but he tore his LCL, MCL, PCL, and had a dislocated knee. It's the same thing. It's the same type of injury that he had before. Now, Chubb, a younger Chubb, 20, 19, 20 years old, was able to come back and actually played in the first game when Kirby Smart, when we started off at the Chick-fil-A bowl for the beginning of the season. And he came back, ran back, I think it was like 27, 28 yards, looked at completely fine like nothing, because there was already rumors going around that he was possibly not going to be able to play football anymore. So to see this happen again, him being 28, him on that major contract, and the running backs already having trouble with getting paid now, I don't know. I don't know how deeply that would affect them. Chubb's a soldier. He
mm-hmm,
really is. He's a soldier. He's
mm-hmm,
a warrior. He's going to come fighting back. The problem
yeah,
is, I don't know if this will be the same Nick Chubb
yeah.
coming back.
That's tough,
So,
man.
yeah.
So this Panthers thing got me interested. Like, yeah, come on, Maria. That's how you pronounce her name.
It's Amaria.
Amaria, yeah. Like my daughter name is Asianaya, so
uh,
yeah, y'all gotta send me these Panthers faces because I think I know one. I know
so
one Panthers fan.
no, it's a lot of them. When
Really?
I seen it, I said, "Oh, where
Really?
y'all coming?" So yeah, it's just to speak on them a little bit. They're not happy with the coaching.
Yeah,
They don't like the
yeah.
fact that they don't have any wide receivers. They got in and went in on JC Horn going down. Now they lost Shaq Thompson. Right now Miles Sanders is not being the running back that they thought that they were going to be. I think he pronounced his name Chuba. I call him Chuba. But
Mm-hmm.
it's basically right now they are really trying to figure out their identity at this point. So they're pretty upset. They're not happy over there in Panthers land because
And Dalton is starting Sunday, right?
exactly. So and the thing about it is, I told Panthers fan, I say y'all don't want to throw Bryce out there too soon, and it's not because I didn't have any doubt. I say you need to ease him in there because you got to figure out what's going to work for him, what's not going to work. As we just found out, he can't do a quarterback sneak.
Yeah,
he can't do a quarterback sneak, unfortunately. So that hurts you. And at the end of the day, I felt like they should have started off with Andy Dalton, have a little bit more consistency, have a vet going in there so he can see how the game is, come in every now and again, kind of get a feel of it, you know what I mean? And then as the season progressed, get him in there. You know what I mean? Now you got to deal with deal with an ankle injury. And now if Andy Dalton goes out there and has the hot hand, now you're really going to have some Panthers fans that are going to be upset because it's like, why put him out there if you're not going to even kind of, play him? So again, they got a lot of dysfunction going on out there.
Man, yeah. You gotta send me that. Like we got a link for link. You send me Panthers, I'm gonna send you Giants.
I got you.
We got a link for link. All right, so Colorado was crazy this weekend. Like,
oh, I know. I know
and
you had fun.
yeah, look, so like Colorado State is just as Colorado. Like they was out there deep. Like they have a big fan base too, and these two
Okay.
clashing like that. It was crazy, but what do you think about that game, man? Look, Deion told the reporter. He said they said who is the best college football coach right now? He said, "Go get me a mirror." Like I could have just like jumped in the ocean. Like Dion is a different breed, man. But
I mean, he's been like that. He's been like that
yeah,
since
for sure.
since he played in the
Yeah,
NFL
for
at
sure,
this
for
time.
sure, for sure.
So one, NCAA heard our cries. Don't y'all ever put a game at no freaking 10 o'clock at night for the East Coast. I did not go to sleep until 2:30 in the freaking morning. We can't do that. I'm too young for that. I'm gonna leave that for the old heads. I'm too young for that. I'm too young to be up until 2:30 in the morning watching a Pac-12 football game.
Well, it was
Okay.
crazy for me too, because I'm still like that 2 hours. Like the 3 hours is no problem when I go to Cali. It's no problem, but that mountain time and I guess the air, I'm guessing that. Like I ain't on no treadmill or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, breathing, but it took me out for 2 days. So by halftime, I was dozing off right in the little restaurant.
Yeah, no. I took me a little nap between mid-second quarter. Woke up probably around 10 minutes in the third. I had to take a nap. Too young for this. But no, I like what the thing about it is CSU, Colorado State, had to I like what the coach did. A lot of people think that, oh, that's just the coach talking. No, I like what he did. He insinuated something, made a deal, and made his players play. Because again, anybody that's facing a team that's hot, and if you guys understand college football, really honestly, a team can lay down. Okay, we have seen Appalachian State beat a Texas A&M in the SEC. So again, these teams like that, they're not going to lay down. But I like what he did. Was there a little bit too much jaw jacking and fighting and different things like that? Unnecessary hits. Again, it was a very interesting game. If we could have kind of calmed that jaw jacking down, the little pushing and shoving. Shador Sanders is petty as hell. I don't know why he decided that he wanted to try to poke somebody's eye out. Like when you get down to that, now we getting a little bit childish in a sense, and it's like, look, bro, like we can't be doing this. Just play some ball so we can go to sleep. But the overtime was very exciting for them. Colorado fought all the way back. Now they have the real test, and unfortunately, they're missing their star player in Travis Hunter. So it's going to be a tough thing because they got to go play in Oregon, and Bo Nix is ready.
Oh,
I mean, he's not ready against Georgia. I'm just going to throw that in there, but he's ready. So
and shout out to Meg.
Yes.
Shout out to Meg. She had Bo Nix on her show. So shout out to her for that.
She did an interview with Bo Nix. So make sure you follow Megan L. Hall.
L Hall. Megan L.
Hall. Don't forget the L. You can't forget the L. But yes, follow her. She does great work with the Atlanta Dream. She's also doing that with the USA Today. So for the win. So she went over there and interviewed Bo Nix. So yes, he's ready. He's there. So I mean, the thing about it is Colorado has a lot of inconsistency to me.
Their defense is not good.
Yeah, like again, you played a depleted TCU team, but I give them that. Y'all still fought because TCU was fighting back. Mm-hmm. So, and then you go in and play a Nebraska team who's just really, in my honest opinion, very dysfunctional. So it should have been a little bit more of y'all really kind of working through those issues to play a Colorado State. Then you play a Colorado State, and it's like y'all are trailing majority of the second half. So again, you can't get behind teams like an Oregon or a USC because I'm telling you right now, because this is a person on my Heisman watch. Caleb Williams ain't finna sit over here and go down like no chump. Okay. Yeah. So again, this is really going to put them to the test. I can't wait to see it because it makes for some great football in college right now. So again, Colorado is they up there, man. I don't know if they're gonna make it to the 4. If we was in a 12 playoff team, I would say they would definitely be in. I just don't know how that would play off when it goes down there to the 4. I don't know if they have done enough to give that committee a good, strong background to say, boom, they got it. So, but we'll see.
They're gonna have to play better. I think if they keep piling up wins, like if they can get one in Oregon, play close to USC, but I think that'll fare well, but they can't have one loss and make the 4. It's no way. It's no way. All right. So look, speaking of Heisman watch, I better hear my Heisman guy and your Heisman watch. So give us your Heisman watch.
So my Heisman watch, like I said before, Caleb Williams. He again, the man is just he's the man. If he stays another year, college football is going to be in for another wild ride. If he decides to leave, I'm gonna say Cardinals, y'all better not be the number one pick because that man ain't trying to go to y'all. He said he that's it. He ain't wanting it. He ain't wanting it right now. I'm a shout out to somebody that a lot of people know. If you're really into college football, you should know this name. But I don't think anybody wants to represent this squad. But shout out to Michael Penix Jr.
Thank you. That's that. Listen, the UNC kid has to week 13 to make me believe he's a franchise player. Or if not, I'm pushing my agenda. Like the fan base already knows it. But
no,
that's
I'm being honest. Like he's really under the radar right now. Like everybody's like, oh,
and that's
Shador
surprising too.
Yeah, it's like everybody's like, oh, Shador Sanders. I'm like, okay, y'all stop looking at flashy. I'm looking at mechanics. I'm looking at what this man can do. Because at the end of the day, these people are transferring over to the NFL. These could be quarterbacks for your NFL team. So all that flashiness, I'm looking at you, Johnny Manziel. You can be flashy all day long. Does not make you an NFL quarterback.
Right.
You too, Baker. Okay. So y'all have to look at these mechanics and understand that some of these quarterbacks that we wanted to put in there, like I get it, flashy can win Heisman's, but at the end of the day, y'all pay attention to Washington. I seen some little highlight. Bro, man, good. Shout out to that brother. He good. All right. Number 3. Everybody been hollering Drake May. Now, my issue with Drake May is they're winning, but I'm not seeing consistency from him. I'm not seeing the consistency from him. I like him. He's a solid QB. I mean, he can transition well into the NFL, but I'm not seeing it right now. I think I got to watch a little bit more games of UNC, but he's not giving me that. I'm not getting that from him. So, but I like him though. He's a talent. His arm is impeccable. I like his deep balls. I like everything he's doing right now for UNC. Basically, UNC really can't go no wrong unless something happens to Drake May at this point in time. I do see them kind of making it to the ACC because I'm already X-naying Clemson now, so that's going to be probably between UNC and Florida State. I'm not giving Clemson no more. No, they're Notre Dame to me at this point. The fourth one, we're getting away from the quarterbacks, y'all. So the fourth one that I got is Marvin Harrison Jr. I literally said this man can literally just sit out for the rest of the season because he doesn't have anything else to prove.
For sure.
Like, seriously, this man doesn't. This man has done so much for the University of Ohio State. Well, the University of Ohio State University. He has done. Like even playing lower tier teams, this man is dominant. Like the other wide receivers don't just go sit down on the bench. Give him the ball. He can go sit down. Y'all can play the rest of the game because at this point, he's just making a highlight reel, y'all. We already know what this man is capable of. We've seen it. So yes, I'm hoping, that we can probably lean away from the quarterback grumbling, probably come down to Michael or him. But hey, Marvin Harrison is that guy. He's that guy. And to round it all out for everybody, I did put Shador up there at number 5. The reason why. I like what he's doing in Colorado. I like what his dad is doing. I like that I seen progression from his first year at Jackson State to his second year at Jackson State, now at Colorado. I am seeing a very good progression with him. I'm seeing that he's actually really taking notes, went out there and started working with Brady. The one thing that really made me really think about it and put him here, did y'all see the way that man was throwing them balls, how they was coming out like darts? Like just zoom, like he has an arm. He has an arm. The only issue that I need for him, Shador, is I need you to stay consistent. The consistency is key. And my test, what's going to knock him down at that number 5 is if he don't show up between Oregon and USC. Then we're going to have to come back and revisit this list. But right now, Shador Sanders is right there. He's good. I love the kid. Can't hate what Dion is doing over there. So I'm gonna high step with them. Okay. Hey, Shala.
For sure, man. Like every team is going to get up for them.
Yeah.
And every team, somebody's going to do the Dion and the shuffle. Like every team is going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really believe in Horn. He drops too many passes for me.
Yeah.
The other kid that transferred from, he kind of showed up in the second half. Number 4, what's his name?
I forgot his name.
Forgot his name. So hopefully he can step up. I just don't believe in Horn, man. I think he's a great player, but he's too inconsistent for me. So it's gonna be a tough game for them. They lose 2 players out of 1. That's like a con.
Yeah. And the thing is, they really, and some people were saying that they really didn't need Travis Hunter on offense. It was mainly the defense of where it was more so needed for him. So we're gonna see. I mean, like I said, Colorado right now has the hype. They've been showing and pushing through. The thing about it is, this is their first test. This is the first thing that's going to show. Like, hey, does Dion have his boys ready? Are the coaches have their boys ready? And is the team ready?
I tell you what, man. Like, I will watch like whoever Dion money man is. Like, they need to figure that out during these games, because when they come out, start shaking hands, you need to see who he's pulling to the side, because the defensive end for Colorado State, I don't know if he's eligible or not, but Dion sure enough talked about him a lot. So you better watch y'all players, because that transfer is gonna be nasty next offseason.
Oh yeah, no, he
that
won't.
Gonna be nasty.
I mean, the thing about it is too, you got to understand, Dion's leaving the Pac-12 and going to the Big 12. So
yeah.
Havoc over there. It's about to be some real good havoc over there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see exactly what this weekend is going to bring. It's a lot of good college football out there too, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, make sure y'all really tune in this weekend, because there's some good games out there. There's probably some of them probably are going to tell the season of some teams for the rest of the season. I'll be honest with you. I mean, hey, my dogs is look, I'm just gonna say this, go dogs. I
Saban having some issues. Saban having some issues at the key position, man. Flip
hey, first of all, one thing about so let's talk about this really quick. 6 quarterbacks. 6 quarterbacks. You got 6 quarterbacks. Saban. Now, baby, you put fear in folks' hearts for years. You got 6 quarterback and you over there playing Russian roulette on game day. You already took 1 L to Texas. And now you want to play Russian roulette with your quarterbacks. Some people might not say that it's time for Saban to hang it up. All I'm going to say is this. If somebody need to hang it up, because right now this ain't the Alabama that we know.
Maybe Saban ain't ready for the. Maybe he think the NIL was gonna reach as far as it did to those other schools. But look, man,
Georgia doesn't even really use it like that. We don't use that in recruiting.
Yeah.
So I mean, it works for some schools. It doesn't. We cool with that other schools, but you playing Russian. You went to the transfer portal. You did all of that.
Imagine how many of those kids gonna leave. Everyone he benching gonna enter the transfer portal. There's no way they stay.
No, like it's a mess down there in Alabama. It's a mess in Clemson. Dabo.
Yeah.
You done lost your magic, bruh, man.
Man, Dion get all the love. Like he gonna have all them kids. And I don't like he said, like, the NFL, you can't motivate them players. Like, they make too much money. No. You can't. So I don't see Dion leaving. I think this is who he is. I don't see him leaving.
I mean, it's easier to get the kids to wake up in the morning to play football than it is to get a grown man up to listen to you and tell him what he need to go do. Like, you can't, 2 grown men can't tell 2 grown men what to do, but you can tell these kids what to do.
For sure.
And I think Nick Saban figured that out too. In the NFL, you can't say the same speech that Kirby's giving my guys in the locker room. You can't go give no NFL player.
You can't. They ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear that.
All right, man. Drop.
This is good, DT Henry. Hopefully, we made y'all proud. E was phenomenal. Any last comments you got, E?
No, all I'm gonna say is rise up. Watch out for them dirty birds, cause me and Henry about to be not cool on Sunday. So we coming back this week with the reaction, because I promise you, me and Henry ain't gonna be cool.
I cannot wait. Listen, thank all of you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving your time. We definitely appreciate it. Uh-oh. Ain't you supposed to be like doing raffles or something?
Well, Lord Jesus, he had to pop in and say something. Still love you, DC. He did fine. He did fine. Just fine.
Oh my goodness. All right, man. We appreciate y'all for watching. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate you. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.